Right on. How you doing? It is Wednesday, April the 6th, 2020. This is Halenville Live, all things Van Halen. Nice to see everybody. Tommy, Charles, John, Neil, what's happening, guys?
What's up, everybody?
What's up,
What's going on,
everybody?
guys?
Nice to see you. Oh, me. How's your week going, fellas?
Well, honestly, I really feel bad saying this, but I think just about everybody's week's probably going better than yours. Between Saturday and Tuesday, that's boy.
Yeah. Yeah. They come in pairs, don't they?
Man.
But no.
But you made the best of it. You made the best of it, right?
Yeah, it was fabulous, though, dude.
Oh, great show, right? They're awesome. Dirty
Yeah.
Honey's good.
Oh, fabulous. Yeah, man. We're right up against the barricade.
That guy can sing, right? He can sing.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. And great songs, though. Great songs.
You know who he reminds me of? His voice reminds me of the guy from Tesla a little bit.
Yeah.
That's very funny you say that, because Tony leaned over to me about 20 minutes in, and that's exactly what came out of his mouth, John.
Right?
We had some pretty good seats.
Wow.
We had to stand and watch it, but he would run up in front of us. He did it for the whole show, and like the group, we were right on the edge, and the whole group that we were there with, he got up right on our face. They all did. Wow. Mark did too. Mark LaBelle, the lead singer. It was very good. For the fact that WVH canceled, what a killer opportunity to see Dirty Honey, and they killed. They absolutely killed. Band was actually shocked at getting towards to the end. The crowd was yelling and responding so much that they stopped. He's like, "My God, you guys win!" That's what he said, literally. A lot of interaction with the crowd.
Oh, a lot. Yeah, Mark was out in the crowd. Mark would take everybody's phone and run up on stage and film the guys and carry it back to them and grab the next person's phone.
That's cool.
Yeah. And
hey, what percentage of the audience stayed to see Dirty Honey?
Charles?
I would say
you think
it's all ages.
75% full.
75%.
75% on the floor. The guy
upstairs, there was nobody upstairs.
Well, this guy told me that club holds 2,000 people. Okay, well, here's why. First, it's not that big. Here's why. They don't have any seating. There's no seats.
Yeah.
So,
they
they'll pack them in like sardines. That's what the guy told me. He said, we pack them like sardines. And I wouldn't have guessed they hold that many people. I would say there was 1,200 people there last night.
Okay.
1,100, 1,200 people. That was a lot of people, and it was nice. It wasn't too crowded. The sound was absolutely excellent. I mean, we were right in front of the PA, and we really should have moved 4 feet to our left. But, and we could have. When we got there, we could have just been right up there in the very middle. But we were enjoying the place, taking it in, and it was a wonderful,
really nice.
A wonderful evening with a weird twist, and it turned out great. And you know what? I'm glad to hear that it's COVID. I thought maybe there was something tragic that actually, a true, a legitimate, immediate tragedy that occurred, and that's what I was, more concerned about. And it's funny because they all had their masks on. They're the only people in the entire area. I think I saw one or two of the backstage guys for the Ritz who actually still had a mask on. But that was it. There was not a mask in the crowd, not a single mask in that crowd. Did you see a mask, Tony? I didn't see a mask. And nobody in Dirty Honey had a mask, and they were interacting hand to hand. He would come up and down, and I'd throw my hands out just like everybody else, and he'd slap our hands. It was wonderful.
Let's get in it in a sec. I got there really early and had some interesting interactions with Mammoth.
You did.
Yeah,
you did.
But so let's see who's joining us tonight. I see Ed is here. Hey Ed.
Hey, Ed.
Holly Lewis. Good
hey guys.
to see
Ed, Holly.
you. Nelson Rodriguez.
Nelson,
what's going on, bro?
Thomas Santiago.
Thomas. Good to see you, bro.
Sandra is here, and Nightbot is here. 2. Polly Walnuts
Polly,
is
Polly.
here.
you rock, Polly.
Brendan B. Squared is in the house.
Brendan.
Tim Thomas.
Tim.
Charlie
Brendan.
S. Charlie S.
Hey,
is
Tim.
here.
Charlie.
Dan in New Jersey. Hey, Dan.
Dan.
What's up, bro.
Christopher Live Sour right there.
Christopher.
Adam Roach. There he is. Hey, Adam.
Yeah, Adam.
Right on. Let's scroll on. All right. And we'll catch them as they arrive. Nice to see you guys. Hope your week's going good. Yeah. So yeah, they I'll show you this in a minute. But yeah, let's look at some pictures from the show, Charles. Dude.
Yeah, man. Let me pull some up.
All right.
Now, hey guys, am I correct? I think I heard that if you chose to still attend the show for Dirty Honey, you were forfeiting your tickets if Mammoth reschedules. Is that correct?
That's
or is that
correct.
That is correct. So over 50% of the audience stayed to see Dirty
Oh
Honey.
yeah. You know, it's
That's
funny.
good.
The first three cars that pulled up, the guy there.
It's the end of the tour. It's the end of the
Yeah, I
tour.
know. There's only like 2 or 3
So
days left.
there is no reschedule.
First three cars turned around. And then and the guy made this statement. He goes, man, people are turning around. You know what? They didn't keep turning around. Not at all. That parking lot filled up. People, hey, you got to see Dirty Honey standing alone. And if you came to see the show, why would you leave? Why would you? I guess you just
agree.
don't into Dirty Honey. I guess.
No, I totally agree with you. I would have stayed too.
Yeah. So we've got, while it's on my mind, a couple of cool unboxings. I know Charles has one, and I've got one here. And this is courtesy of Polly Walnuts.
Polly,
Yes.
bro.
Nice.
So we'll get to that. Charles has one as well. Yeah.
Yeah,
hey, Paulie, I wore your shirt to. No, I was just going to tell Paulie that I wore his shirt to the gym. He sent me a shirt for Christmas, and I wore it today to work out, but had to throw that thing in the wash before tonight.
That is awesome. That is
All
awesome.
right. You got any more, Charles?
Oh, that's enough for now. Let me we're good for now. Yeah, here's one group photo. Here's one more group one.
We've got trivia.
There's one of the whole band. I got a good shot of the whole band right there. I think
wow, that is amazing. I can't believe it. Oh boy.
Yeah.
You guys were right there.
Yeah, it's a weird night. Weird night, man. You never know.
Yeah.
You never know how things are gonna go. It started out real tragic and
well,
really
see,
killer, you know.
Now I got there early. You know, we were kind of unsure of when. I had stuff to do, errands to run in the morning. I took the day off. He had stuff to do as well, and unsure of kind of everything. I made out good in the AM, and so I get over there about 2, and I get there. And I know everyone's going to say, well, why didn't you take more pictures or more video? You know, that would have been uncool. But so
I did get the first 28, almost 30 minutes of the show from the very beginning, and I'm trying to upload it to Facebook. It's been trying to upload now for the last hour. So it'll hit my Facebook, you guys. And it appears to have come out really good. So
when I got there, this is my view, and these are the guys in Mammoth, and they're out there in the chairs and in and out of the bus. Well, after about a half an hour, I walked over there, and all of them had on a mask, and it was just John, Garrett, and Ronnie. And I got my mask and a Sharpie, and I walked over, and they knew I'm holding a Sharpie and I'm walking their way, and I got kind of close, and they said, we can't have any contact because of COVID tour stuff. And I'm like, oh, okay, well, all right, no problem. And have a good show. We love you guys. If you got any guitar picks you can leave them over here at this little convertible. And at that moment, John reached in his pocket and said, whoosh. And
Awesome.
Yeah, dude.
Dude, that is so killer. They didn't even play and you got a guitar pick.
Yeah.
He's the only guy who got a pick at the show, and they didn't even play.
Dude, that is sick.
That is so Tony. That is so Tony, man.
And so,
wow.
After all that, I'm like, wow, how cool is this? Because there were really no other crew members or anybody around, just the band members and Wolf occasionally. So
that's crazy.
And I know that they're away from home, and they're on a bus, and they get out, and yeah, man, and their phone is their lifeline to home. And so to see people walking around on the phone is not, on a tour like that, it's not. So, but I noticed that the band and a couple of them are really walking around and trying not to be nosy or anything, just sitting in my car, and a couple others arriving, and it became apparent that something was wrong. My first thought was, something's not right at somebody's house, and somebody's getting an earful right now of it. Trying not to look that way, but they're circling the parking lot on the phone, just walking around, and Wolf's out there, and he's walking around, and they're just like, I'm like, well, goddamn, is all they do is walk around and talk on the phone all day? And you saw a couple of the band members, you saw Garrett and John huddle up and start really acting like something is really wrong. And I can't hear any of this. I'm in my car, and I'm like, what the hell am I watching here?
Now, wait, Tony, before you continue, was there any thought in your head at that moment that the guys were walking around on their phones calling home saying, hey, I think the guy from Halenville is here?
No.
Call the police.
Certainly not. Call the police. But
it's that Tony guy.
So Charles shows up, right? And these guys are still walking around really anxious on the phone. We don't know nothing. And I'm trying to explain to him that something's going on here amongst the band.
I wish I had you and me on video about the 45 minutes that we were putting our heads together to try to figure out what was going on.
No, but see,
it was hilarious. It really was.
The guards get there and walk out, and they got headsets and whatever, and they tell all of us at once standing outside that they're going to be charging for parking, and there's a notice on the door. If you haven't been here before, maybe you should read. So Charles said, you want to go and read the... No, because all it's going to say is no glass bottles and no knives, weapons, etc. And so Charles walks up there a second just to look at the place, and he comes back and says, they canceled. I'm like, what? They can't what? And there's a sign on So we hustled back up to the door to see this mofo.
Damn. So how early was this when they posted
4 o'clock. 4
Wow.
o'clock.
Yeah.
Okay.
About 4. Yeah.
So they did, and then after that, we had no way of knowing what, and we're live and asking, anybody know anything? Let us
Right,
know.
right.
But shortly after, I got home and found out. So, yeah.
Wow. Did you guys still go to Torchy's?
Never
We
made it.
didn't.
Oh,
You know,
It-
when the
no.
drama started unfolding,
He was late there, and it rained too.
it was pouring rain, and we were like a couple of sleuths trying to figure this thing out, man.
I bet you were.
You know,
Keystone Cops.
the WVH being well and in good health is very important to me and Tony, and we forgot about our stomachs and we're more concerned about the band. It was
So
kind of weird watching them drive off and all of them get into the bus. It was weird. It was kind of weird watching that happen.
They unplugged that thing and scooted.
And the bus driver guy was in his place. I heard him pop those brakes, and I think we were live when that happened. And well, we got to see him leave. You know, we got to see him leave.
What time was that?
Here's the thing. It was
5 o'clock.
4:45.
Too long after they got out of there. They left.
Wow.
But they got out of there right just when the parking lot really started opening up. That's really when they started leaving.
It wasn't a half an hour after they put that signs up.
The little group we were standing with, when the bus drove by us, I would have been yelling and screaming. I mean, I was doing this with both hands, but I wasn't yelling and screaming like I would because I didn't know if it was like a tragic thing that had occurred. I didn't want to be I was screaming, yo, you know.
Right.
Now knowing what I know, I'd have been screaming, dude. I'd have been like, you guys rock, you know. But
Tony, did you throw a bra at the bus or anything?
A bra? No.
Yeah. No?
No. Or a thong, you mean?
Nice.
Oh God.
Yeah.
That image is in my head now, by the way.
Yeah, I'm trying to get it out of mine.
The leopard or the tiger?
Which one were you wearing?
I'm kidding.
Both. Tom, your mic's not on. Tommy, say something. We don't hear you.
That's why he's been so quiet.
Yeah, I was gonna say this. You've probably been talking up a storm and we can't hear you.
Hello.
There you go.
There you are. There you are.
Weird.
We hear you now.
I wasn't talking that much anyway.
Okay.
Been a long day. I'm tired. So I didn't really say much. I was just listening to you guys.
Hey, Tommy, welcome, dude. It's nice to see you.
Yeah. Hey, Tom. Good to see you, man.
Right on.
So let me ask you guys a question. I was blown away by the sound. I mean, both bands, Dirty Honey sounded just the sound in the place. I mean, I thought Mammoth was a bit louder than when I saw them, at least. Dirty Honey. It wasn't deafeningly loud. It was a nice volume. Where the next day I could still semi hear, even with both bands. But
John, I'm gonna need you to repeat everything you just said because I can't hear.
I just thought it was really good quality sound. I thought there was a lot of bottom end. I just thought it was really mixed well. The sound guy, I thought at least when I saw him, they did a great job. I'm assuming it was the same for you guys. It was really good sound.
For me, I can't speak for Tony, but we had such a good place, and I could see his pedal board from the side. I could see 2/3 of his pedal board, and then the monitor kind of blocked the last third.
Right.
And they did a cover of Shoot the Thrill. I didn't expect it at all. And I watched him come up and he stomped and he just kept boosting he kept stepping on pedals that boosted his volume. And I was looking and I was like, wow. And I heard both of these Marshall cabs come on simultaneously for that one song. And it was like he just kicked everything on. and the volume was louder than the rest of the show.
Oh, really?
And he came in and he started playing Shoot to Thrill, and it was fucking spectacular.
John
Oh,
Notto, everything is Les Pauls and Marshalls.
yeah,
Yeah,
straight up. It was a Brown Sound evening. Let's just put it that way. Straight up,
dude.
man.
And we were right in front of the. Yeah.
I'm going to ask like the entire group. Is this the first time you guys have seen Dirty Honey?
Yeah, it is
For
mine.
me, it is. Yeah. Live, yes.
Yeah.
I've talked about it before. I got lucky and saw them open for the Black Crowes last year first.
Yeah,
so
very
that was
cool.
that was my first taste of them, and I was just thinking, man, these guys are going to be big.
I bet that was an interesting bill because they're kind of crowish. Kind of, a little bit.
It's kind of weird. I don't want to say that. I'm sure their live set doesn't change, so it's not like they morphed from one sound to another. But there were elements when I saw them. Maybe it was because you have the Black Crowes as headliners in your head, so you kind of think you hear Black Crowes-ish in them. But then when I step away from that concert and listen to their album and everything, I heard more like Led Zeppelin, more just some of the classic like '60s rock kind of thing.
Yes.
Yeah.
They did a cover. They did "Let's Go Crazy" by Prince.
Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome.
But
I've heard it. I've seen the video. I've seen the video.
Faster,
That's killer. Oh man.
Yeah.
When I saw them, they had a second guitar player too for that.
Ooh, I've never seen them.
Yeah, for The Wire, their like hit song, they had a second guitar player. Yeah,
and I was expecting that, John.
Yeah,
I was expecting a 4-piece, a 5-piece band, not a 4-piece band.
It was some foreign guy. His name was Henrik.
Mm-hmm.
Huh.
Yeah, I'm only kidding. It was Henrik Lundqvist, the Rangers goalie. He played The Wire.
Oh,
with
did
him.
He really?
Yeah,
he really did.
He really did.
That's right.
He had his guitar
That's
with
cool.
him that the Rangers gave him when he retired. It was like a custom painted guitar. I think it was a D'Angelico. I kind of like a Gretsch or a D'Angelico. Yeah, so they'd given it, and I remember seeing the picture of it on like Instagram or something. Him holding it. And I knew he loves rock music and stuff like that. So they brought him out there, and they said, "Hey, what do you want to what do you want to play? You want to play a Zeppelin tune or Aerosmith?" And he's like, "No, man, let's play a Dirty Honey, song." They're like, "Oh, okay." And which one? He goes, The Wire. So he played that,
Very
wow, cool. That's amazing.
Very cool, bro.
I got video of it. It was pretty cool.
Did you recognize him on site before they announced his name?
Yeah. I knew he was. I knew he was there. I was like, "Oh, that's him." Yeah, I knew he'd be surprising. And then when Wolfgang was on, he was like right above us, and then Wolfgang, motioned up over to him, and he thanked him for coming. Pretty much, he waved up to him. Thanks at the end.
Yeah, dude, the whole Mammoth show started. It was supposed to have been a couple months ago on a Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Moved because of the thing.
Mm-hmm.
And now it's on a Tuesday, and now this.
Yeah.
I was thinking about it. Once I found out it was COVID, it goes through your mind. The people who are affected on that tour bus, it's really sad. I mean, those guys were, right down to the driver of that bus. They're supposed to be clocking hours and road hours and doing show to show to show. And now, and the leads, and I don't know if I heard this correctly, Tony, correct me if I didn't hear it right. But Mark LaBelle in the show about after the first or second song, he says, and he pointed out we're going to play a little longer because WVH had to cancel. And I believe this is what he said. He said, they may be down for the rest of the year or something to that. Is that what you heard, Tony?
It was announced last night, Charles. Maybe we haven't spoken, but they canceled the remaining 6 shows of this tour.
I got you.
So the Young Guns tour is complete.
It's over for them.
So Dirty Honey's done too. They're not obviously.
No.
Are
They're
they
not.
Finish it?
They're going to finish
play
it, and all those remaining dates, 4 or 5 more, they're in Charlotte now.
They're playing tonight. I think Christopher Sauer. Did somebody say they were going to the Charlotte show, or was I just joking when I saw that?
I don't know, but they're.
You may have been joking.
Dirty Honey is playing the remainder of these shows, and you're given the option to get a refund but once you walk in and get scanned, can't get a refund.
Yeah.
Well,
But
if anybody out there in our chat has tickets for any of the remaining shows, go see Dirty Honey. Don't bail on it just because Mammoth's not there.
Yeah,
yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Don't
Yeah.
be disappointed. They were good, man.
Yeah,
Rock
you
and
won't be
roll.
disappointed.
You want to go see these guys.
Exactly. Yeah.
Tony, I'm gonna play a little clip for a couple seconds here. If you can hold on, let me see.
Excuse me. And this was when, John?
This is last Monday at the New York show.
Okay.
If I can get it to work, hold on a second. Carry on. There you go, Charles.
That's it. That's it.
Oh,
yeah, I can't play too much of that. They'll bake me.
Yeah. Is that 10
Yeah,
years
yeah.
gone?
The opening to his solo.
Yeah.
That's what you
Very
signed up
cool.
for, right, Charles?
Very cool. That's it.
That was it. They threw some Zeppelin in there, and
Man, 10 years gone might be one of my
Henry.
favorite Zeppelin songs.
sorry, guy, it's backwards all.
I asked him if he wanted to do, an AC/DC song, a Rolling Stone song, a Led Zeppelin song, and he said, "Why don't we do a Dirty Honey song?" That's what I do. This one's called The Wire, not out.
Yeah, they'll bake me, bro. Dude.
Very, very cool, John. Very, very
That
cool.
is awesome. That's
Yeah,
very cool.
I can't play that, bro.
Yeah,
I'll get socked, man.
It sounds too much like the record.
It does. And that song is very distinct too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. We can't do that here. Somebody will call the police.
Watch your profanity.
Yes, sir.
Say, hey, that's
I'll
that guy from Halenville.
I'll have emails and shit.
Tony, I got my dad saying that now. Watch your profanity.
Watch your
When my son's playing video games and he's like, "What the F had just happened?" And then he shouts down the hall at my son, "Watch all profanity."
Speaking of profanity, we may run an alternate question, and I've got a backup because our question for tonight may not be like last night's all ages show. It may not be for all ages.
Tony, can I interrupt you for a
I
second?
got one in the pocket, sure.
The first question we need answered is how tall is Charles? Somebody wanted to know, right?
I was going to message Holly. I was going to message that privately.
Here's how tall he is. That's his phone about eye level all night. And I'm up against looking up at him like that. Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
He's
you know
tall.
what? It all makes sense because Charles needed to be tall when he was at the whiskey there, so he could kind of see over the whole thing, everything going on there. So that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
You're perfect for that.
Yeah. He got there and the band hadn't started yet, and he's one of these around the whole place, right?
Oh,
I got my phone out.
I got some video on that thing I shot. I mean, it's the first 30
I
minutes.
get my phone out and I start doing that. I'm like,
Yeah, I
do
did some
that?
360 stuff and got
Man,
some.
I
I
gotta
came
be
down on
tall
some
to
of the
get
people
that.
that were right around us because we're never going to see them again, right? So we've got everybody who is 10 feet behind us, and it's very cool. Very cool.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Very cool.
Yeah. The girls, we were to the right a little bit, but the girls to the right of Charles were really short too.
They were very tiny girls, very pretty, very tiny though. So I kind of moved behind Tony a little bit so they could get a little further closer in and come kind of in front, not really in front of me, but just they were literally, their faces were right in front of the speaker cabinet and they had to look through me to see the show if I didn't move. So
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm a tall guy. I do the same thing at shows.
exactly. You know what I'm talking about, brother.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about.
And Christopher Sawa, he's taller than both of us, man.
Right.
Definitely. Man.
Yeah. So we got some cool unboxings, really cool ones, and I've had mine for 6 days. I thought I
I've
was
had mine
gonna
for like 3.
open it last week, but it was just a day too late. Yeah. But so our question for tonight, we're playing for a cool fair warning pass.
Nice.
Zoom in on that. Show. That's awesome.
Yeah, but tonight's question is a question that we probably should all know, but it'll be the how fast can you get your. I'm not going to do trivia now, so we're not doing it now. Sorry. Yeah, I'm just talking about it. But it's how fast your brain can think of it, because you're only going to get a shot because somebody else is surely going to get it. But yeah, something that all of us as Van Halen fans should know. So yeah, you'll dig it. Yeah. Neil, what's happening in the workshop this week, dude?
Good stuff. Good stuff. I last week I showcased the relict bumblebee that I sent to my good friend Steve Harris, and I gave them a shout out during the show and said that I wanted to thank Brittany, who's the lead singer of his band, Deadbeat Barbie, by the way, and she kind of signed off on the idea for a guitar, and they received it. It got there really quickly. So yesterday, the two of them together called me up and said that they were ecstatic with it. They were so excited. Brittany said, "I need you to make me an exact same one, but black and pink." So we were debating back and forth. I did some Photoshop schematics and sent them pictures of black with pink with black, and what kind of pink, neon pink, glitter, stuff like that. And we signed off on a deal. We're going to do basically the identical guitar for her, and it's going to be, the only difference is he had like aged chrome hardware and stuff. We reliced it all up and everything with hers. It's going to be black hardware, black chrome, black Floyd, all that stuff on a black and neon pink striped guitar that will be reflective in stage lights.
Oh, it's gonna pop.
Oh, it's gonna look sick. It's gonna. I mean, the stripes are gonna glow in the dark, so it's just gonna be insanely cool.
Excellent.
And I the reason I reference that is just because, as anybody who's built guitars knows, or as any artist out there that sells your product, and this is your way of living, there's something indescribable about when somebody says, "I like it so much, I want to buy another one." There's something like, you can't. That's better than praise, better than whatever. Because I think, as all artists in search of perfection know, in the back of your mind, you're never going to be satisfied. We're always the most insecure people in the world. So when people tell you, "Oh my God, this is great, we appreciate it," you always hope they're telling the truth. but the artists we're downtrodden people. We beat ourselves up and always have self-doubt. That's the nature of the artist. So the fact that they want another one means the world to me. So Stephen Harris and Brittany, Deadbeat Barbie, I'm so excited to be doing another one for you guys.
That was so killer.
Yeah, and I referenced this last week as well. You guys know I've got a couple of Frankies in the works, which I've shown. The body is where we're at right now with this. But I mentioned a specific request by a friend of mine who wanted a Frankie, but his favorite color is green. But he wanted it. So we spent some time working out the color. He wanted like a shamrock green and wants it relic and everything. So I just finished painting today.
Oh,
and here we go.
Yeah.
So
That
we've got
is awesome.
a shamrock green Frankenstrat in the works.
Nice.
Wow.
So
What
awesome.
what neck is going on at Maple Fretboard? Correct.
Maple fretboard, a traditional 78. The 79 Strat.
So everything else is spec traditional.
Everything else is going to look exactly like a Frankenstrat. It's going to look the exact same. I mean, he wanted it. He wanted it relic the exact same way as it's in the Met. So I had to make sure like there was. Some green was see-through, so I had to get the ghost lines in black and everything. Some of those things it had to look the same. And we're going to do reflectors on the back. We're going to do the blue paint on the outsides from when he leaned it up against the sign. It's going to be, it's everything. Now the weird thing is, I don't know if you guys can relate to this. My mind plays tricks on me because I have done so many red, white, black guitars. And so seeing it in green feels like a mistake. It's like it's the weirdest thing. Like I keep looking at it being like, that's not right. Did I miss something? Did I make, it's the weirdest thing to wrap your head around, the fact that no, it's supposed to be. That's what it's going to look like.
For years, Neil, not to cut you off, but for years, the focus has been to recreate the Frankie. Recreate it. And so, we know we hang with a lot of nerds. I might even add myself into that group. And it's totally cool. But there's a real big movement in the last 6 months that I've seen for people to go outside the box. And there's part of it right there.
I agree. And I've mentioned this before, so I apologize if I'm regurgitating the same information I've talked. I really do appreciate it. I appreciate it when somebody thinks outside the box, when somebody wants to make it their own. That's why I don't do an assembly line style guitar where every single one of them the same. Tony, you know this. Charles,
I like outside the box.
And that's why I talk to everybody about every single detail that they want in it, so that no two guitars I make are the same. It's you're going to get the guitar that's right for you. And
I'm getting a build from you right now. And I got to tell you what, Neil, I give you shout outs all the damn time, and I'm just going to keep doing it until you piss me off. And you haven't. No, I've got to do the same thing, what you were just talking about. I've got to choose frets right now. I got to figure out what kind of radius I want. And I'll be honest, I don't know. I need some help on the radius. I want to know. It's a compound radius, I believe. We're talking about a compound radius. What do I want it to be? Well, down at the nut, it's going to be different than it is. I want it to flatten out when it gets up towards the 20th fret. I want it to just get flatter. That's what compound means.
Yes, exactly.
I don't know. I don't really know if I want to start out at a 10 and come up to a 14 or go from I don't know.
But this is the thing that I enjoy the most about the process of working with a client, because I never actually, believe it or not, this is going to sound nuts, I never actually feel like I'm the one building the guitar. I always feel like we are building the guitar. And I mean that when I say that.
No, you're building the guitar, Neil.
well, but
Neil's got a point. Neil has a great point.
Yeah, but it's fun to take all these things into account. And the one thing also, and I want to make sure I'm clear about this. There are a lot of people that have bought guitars from me that don't know all the details that I know, and don't know that they've bought guitars off Guitar Center racks and just played them, and they're like, oh, this feels good, but I have no idea what a fret radius is, or what a neck radius, or those type of things. And I never want to come across, when I'm approaching somebody and saying, well, let's talk about all these details, I never want to come across as snobby. Like, I'm not I'm not trying, when somebody says, honestly, I've never even thought about that. That's totally okay. I just want to make sure if somebody has preferences or these type of things, like when it comes to, I'll give you an example. When we talk about pickups, a lot of times I'll talk to a potential buyer and I'll throw out a bunch of different name pickups and they'll be like, okay, well, I don't know the difference in them. And I'll say, well, this is Alnico 2 and this is Alnico 4 or 5. And then I'll say, this is a 14K output and this is a 7.8K output. And we'll talk about this stuff. And again, they'll look at me like, again, I don't know. I know what sounds good. So then I'll go, okay, give me the album tone sound that you liked the most. Like what guitar album? And then somebody will say like, oh, fair warning, everything. I'm like, boom, got it. I got the pickup for you. Or if somebody says Van Halen 1, the first album, I'm like, okay, cool. So now we're on the same page. So I'm never throwing numbers out there to try to make it sound like I know more than they do. I'm trying to get the guitar that they want. And that's what this thing is. So that's why it's everyone. Charles, you and I'm excited to start a new one with you right now that we've talked about the last couple of days. And but I feel like we are building it.
We are.
Yeah,
we are. You can count on that. But you're doing all the work, Neil. No, it's just an enjoyment, man. I'm having fun. This is fun. Yeah. This is fun, and I'm gonna have something really, really, really special when you get done. When we get done doing this, it's gonna be
when
really
we get
special.
done. When we get
and
done,
I'm gonna love it. You know.
So
just like prior to that, Tony and I are gonna have something. We are working on a guitar together too.
That is huge. That is huge, and it's custom. It's so custom.
Oh, this one's sick custom. This one's
very
totally
custom. Very custom.
Yeah, right. I mean, but we show Neil's links each week, but your guitar buying building experience, I'm telling you, it's like when you build a house. You know, I mean, you know, it's like almost like you're building it.
Yeah.
You know, Neil makes you a part of every single aspect of your build.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah. I mean,
so.
I can't stress this enough, and I'm serious when I say this to anybody out there watching that's thinking about it, or anybody that has gotten one from me before. You know, I have like 3 5150s behind me that are ready to go, that are about done, and if you held them up together, they look identical. They would look like they're identical. I've done a bunch of them over years now, but I swear when I say this, no two are identical. They're not. There's so many things that, they're all custom builds, and they're custom to what that person in particular wants, and they're custom to fit their price range, and they're custom to fit their hand size and their playing style and things like that. And they're custom if somebody wants wall art, or if somebody wants to be able to gig with it 300 nights a year. All these things, I take all this stuff into account. So
exactly. Exactly.
Yeah. Right on. No hands. No hands. And no feet.
Very cool, you guys.
Look, Mom. No
Very
hands. Cool. Yes. So, yes, John, I wanted to talk. So we'll get into next week's details, but next week, we have a very tasty show for you right here next Wednesday, 9 p.m. Eastern, Halenville Live. Yeah. So, John, you want to give them a hint?
Well, it's kind of related to what we were just talking to Neil about, right? How's that for a hint?
So we're going to call this what, John?
You had a great name for it. I forget. You had the best name. I don't want to screw it up.
Yeah. But so we are going to have a Kramer 5150 guitar forum next week, and we have assembled a collection of guys who are going to know all the history of the 5150 guitar, and we will put to rest any myths, any yeah,
Inconsistencies.
inconsistencies.
Facts and fiction, and we're gonna go with the guitar like step by step. We'll start with the headstock, and we'll talk all about the headstock. Was it originally a beak?
Right.
Was it a Strat? You know, was it birch that Paul Unkert used? I mean, you know, was it, you know, was his father's headboard? Blah blah blah. We'll talk about every little, you know, the string tree, the whole everything. We'll go down, you know, exactly. Neil, you'll be holding that up next week, one of yours, and we'll go, you know, piece by piece. The neck, you know, the radius, the nut. Is it an R2? Is it an R3? I mean, every possible thing. Let's air it all out. Let's get as much as we know, as much as we think we know, and you know, and go from there.
So cool.
That is beautiful.
Now this obviously has to change. I'm waiting on some Dave from Frets on the Net is sending me a whole bunch of boy, I've got a huge order in. I've got actually Kramer 5150 neck plates, which is serial number B4129. I've got the Kramer Hot for Teacher neck plates coming in. I've got Kramer 1984 neck plates coming in because I've got all these in the works. So
Oh wow.
Yeah, it's going to be cool. It's going to be really, really cool.
That's
very,
awesome.
very cool.
Yeah. So,
Awesome.
so anybody out there, I mean, any questions you guys have or anything you guys want to add, you know, get ready for next week.
Yeah. So who's going to be here?
So we're gonna have David Nesdall. We're gonna have Rob Johnson.
Yes.
We're gonna have Chris Locke. We're gonna have Donnie Ward.
Wow.
Nice.
Oh my God, this is an all-star show.
Yeah,
Wow.
it's like the Super Bowl of 50.
Quick question: Have those four guys been on a show simultaneously?
I don't know if they've
I'm
all
aware of.
been.
I don't think I've ever seen the four
Not
of them
that I'm
together.
aware of.
I've seen combinations of the
Oh
four.
no,
together.
yeah, I think they've had it.
Yeah.
They've been on Nesdall's show though. In that,
Very cool.
In that
Very
combination,
cool.
yeah. But we may have one or two others also. I'm not exactly sure yet. I'll find out. I'll talk to Rob and I'll find out. But
I'm already counting 9 in the stream.
yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah. So anybody, any questions or anything like that? Let's air it out because there's so many inconsistencies about this guitar. You know, there's certain things we know to be fact, and then there's other things that it's all speculation, and a lot of it's still going to remain speculation. But you know, let's piece together a timeline of when the guitar was built, when it was built, when it was delivered. You know, we'll kind of go along those lines, and we'll also, like I said, just go over every inch of the guitar. We'll start, and we'll just work our way all the way down to the end, and every little fact that we can put together in there. You know,
I can't wait to talk to these guys about specific things like color. The color of the guitar, you know, that's always been up for debate, and there's a lot of speculation. There's a lot, you know, you'll have two camps. Somebody will say they swear to God they've seen it in person, which they probably haven't, but they'll say, I know for a fact it's this color. And then somebody else will be like, nope, no way. I've seen it. It's this color. And then the same type of thing. So it'll be fun to put some of these genius minds to the test.
Right. So these guys know their Van Halen and
exactly.
Particular guitar. So it'll be interesting.
Oh, I look forward to this. That's going to be fantastic.
It is. It's going to be good because you're just what you were saying. Like I remember Craig Stoffko told me that I think he's with Steve Brown from Trickster told Craig that all you guys, your replicas are too orange. I've played the real guitar. I've been at the studio and it's much more red than you guys, you know. So I remember Craig told me that and it always stuck in my head. You know, and then there's, you know, the line of thinking that Kramer back then was using the General Motors paint from 1982, the colors, and the WA 7753, right, which is red orange like that. And I got a can of that, and I'm in that camp. I think that's the one. I sprayed it. I'm like, oh man.
Yeah, and Dave Nesdall and I did a guitar roundtable a couple months ago, maybe 3-4 months ago or something. And he was saying, and the subject came up in the chat, and he was saying the pictures make it look more red than it really is, because they Photoshop the pictures to try and get color correction to make everything else right. So blah, blah, blah.
Right.
He said it's more orange than you would think it would be.
It's
So
40, what is it now? 40, how many years old is it, Frankie?
almost, what is it, approaching 50 now?
Yeah. Okay.
Approaching 40.
Isn't it,
April 83, I believe that's around the time that he got it.
okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
Next year will be 40 years next
So
year.
isn't it safe to say that the color is considerably changed and lightened over the years?
Absolutely.
You know?
And you know, and I've seen from the various people I've talked to, because I've researched this like crazy too. As the yellowing of the white in the stripes has changed over time, that has a tendency to train your eye to think that the red is more orange as well.
Thank you. That's
So,
exactly right.
Yeah.
There's a whole lot of things that, you know, I mean, the reality is we're all, you know, and until Wolfgang pulls that thing out of a vault and puts that on display somewhere.
Well, what I notice about it, and a lot of people are drawn to that particular guitar of Eddie's. I found it that in that guitar's life, I first saw this guitar in its new state in early February of '84 with no numbers.
Right.
But is how fast over time you think of 2 tours. I thought it relicked a lot. The paint in 2 tours more so than other guitars.
I was just gonna say
we'll get into that too, because a lot of people, and a lot of it makes sense, think that was relicked by Ed or
Paul Unkert has talked about that.
Yeah, that it wasn't all naturally
right
like that. And a lot of people will point at the, you know, I don't have it, but the back of it here, it's just like they'll show a picture when he wasn't on tour, the end of the 1984 tour, you see it, and then you see it before the 5150 tour, and it's way worse than it was. So was that just from him in the studio where he have a belt buckle on or something? I mean, I don't think so.
I know that we're going to dive into this next week.
Yeah.
But
get your popcorn ready, people.
Oh God. So
this is going to be good.
There were 2 pop-up tables. One was wood and one was plexi. The wood came first though.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but Tony, going back to your previous point though, regardless of whether the relicking was artificial or not, which is, you know, we'll get into.
It happened quickly.
But in terms of the coloring of the guitar, though, I guarantee you that the guitar probably looked a lot more red in 1983.
I agree.
Than it does today. You know, that's just the natural wear and tear and sweat, and so, you know, the guitar wasn't clear coated, so it's absorbed every possible, you know, smoke, sweat, probably vomit. You know, I mean, it's probably got
it's the occasional beer sloshed on it.
Yeah.
I mean, I saw it new, but the only thing in my mind was, this is not the same guitar.
Yeah. I thought the same thing too. I think it was the Panama video.
On the 5150 tour, I was up against the barricade, so I got to look at it, you know, fairly close from the barricade. I was right up there, and I know there was stage lights were there, and I always, you know, I always thought it was a little. It's definitely a red orange. It's not a red. It's a red orange,
correct.
but it's. I think it. But it to me, it appeared a little more red than a lot of the replicas. The people are using a Duplicolor color now, 1607. I even use that color, but I think my wife is always like, it's too orange. Yours is too orange.
Well, you know what's funny about the Duplicolors is there's like the whole 1600 line. There's a 1607, a 1620, a 16, I think a 1630. Like there's so many different shades. If you really dig into it and contact Duplicolor, they have all kinds of them. And I was actually doing paint tests as recently as today. Wow. And John, there's our.
There it is.
That's our winner.
Yeah, you like that one too, Neil? You like that one?
I love this one. Yeah. I love this one. And this is a color match to what the automotive paint was that Kramer had access to at the time.
The 1982 color charts. Like if you look it up, you can find it, and it's on there. And I just think that it all kind of makes sense in there. But hey, we'll get into all that too with these guys. But
yeah, that's true. Let's save it.
And there's a lot of things that we're not going to come at. Nobody's going to agree if the swamp ash or the basswood. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
A lot of reputable people say that it's. Some people say that apparently they did a secret test on the guitar.
We're all gonna agree before that show. We're having court. We're holding court, dude.
And then I know somebody else that's held it quite a few times. I don't want to say names, but and I trust this person, and he says it's basswood. And,
I think it's basswood. You know why? Because right on where your arm comes down onto it, where it's recessed, they actually cut it back. You can see the grain.
Right.
And you can see the grain and it's not as ash. If it was ash, it would have a lot more of it. The grain would be a little more pronounced, and it's not. It looks to me, I'd bet basswood. That's where I would go.
Exactly. But those guys, we'll get on to it. But hopefully by the end of this show, we'll have basically a standalone show that anybody can watch that wants to build one of these guitars on YouTube.
Yeah,
we get a lot of hits and repeated watchings, because when you got a panel like that, and then listen, and Neil Daly on the panel too, who does this all the time. So, Neil, you're included in those names right there because you do this every day. So first and all this stuff. So I mean, I think we could put together a comprehensive. Like I said, we'll go step by step. We'll focus on the neck. Start with the headstock and work all the way down to the other end. So,
and this cast too. These guys know this guitar. This is going to be a lot of fun. It will. The Kramer 5150 Guitar Forum separating fact from fiction next Wednesday, the 13th, April 13th.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Very, very cool.
That is worth staying up for.
Yes, it is.
I think. You make it home okay last night, Charles?
Yeah, it's about 1, something like that.
Man, I zipped home in
1:00.
25 minutes.
I knew that. I was about 20 into my drive, and I said, well, Tony's just getting home right now. I hadn't even got out of Raleigh by that time. I hadn't even got out. But if WVH had played, I wouldn't have been home till 3 in the morning, 3:15 or something like that. And I was fully prepared. No big deal.
On the flyer, it said that they were going to play from 8 to 9:30. Yeah. So, but Mark did say that they were going to go long, and so I got home and thinking, oh man, it might just be 9:30, 10 o'clock. Yeah. Be early, right on, but it was 11 by then.
Yeah, man.
All right.
No, totally worth it. Wonderful show. Absolutely wonderful.
Just wish you guys could have hit Torchies.
I'd go see him again in a minute. Hope I get the chance. Absolutely.
I'm over near there often, so, but Charles, he'll be back up here.
Well, so, Tony, the inevitable is this, though. We got to find out what our next show is because WASP is still months away. That's November. So,
I don't know, man. Every time I plan on going to watch a show, canceled.
Yeah, but it's always an adventure, bro. It's always an adventure.
You guys might just have to have like a weekend, like a Saturday or Sunday weekend luncheon one day. Drive up and have like a long lunch and hang out for the day.
Yeah, I know. Right. At least it won't get canceled, right?
That's
exactly.
Right. That's right.
Oh, no.
We'd have fun, man.
I think if memory serves right now, I might have to fly back to LA for my next concert because I had tickets to see Pearl Jam in 2020, and that got canceled and postponed, and then 2021 got canceled and postponed, and now they're playing in May. And that show's been rescheduled, and we have really good seats. So it's kind of, we still, So my buddy, one of my friends that I was going with and everything, he's like, hey, you got a place to stay, place to crash, ride, all this stuff. The tickets are paid for. We got them. So he's like, just get yourself a plane ticket. So
sounds like no excuse.
Right on,
yeah,
No
I know.
excuse.
I know. I can't. I
Make
can't.
up one more good reason though. Yeah, I'm going because of this. Oh, and
Right.
by the way,
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Oh, I forgot. I totally forgot the concert is tonight. I just happened to be in the neighborhood.
He just reminded me.
hmm
Hey, so guys, I'm talking to Rob Johnson right now, and it looks like Chris Hubbard's going to be with us too.
Oh my God.
Not bad, huh?
That's
So
that's
cool.
a sick panel.
This is like the Super Bowl here of
I love those guys.
Oh, yeah.
dude.
5150 Super
This is
Bowl.
gonna be
It's the
fun.
All-Star game.
Yeah,
It's the All-Star
Right
game.
on.
Yeah, the All-Star game. There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
yeah. So it should be really. And there's one other that I asked. I asked the kid, but
Nick?
he likes to remain a man of mystery. The kid, he told me that. So he said, "Well, let me know what's going on." But I like to remain in the shadows. So we always knew that. But
Maybe last minute.
maybe last minute. Yeah, he's always obviously he's welcome. He's a master of this stuff. So
Mhm.
I love his pictures of like I think it was him. I'm assuming it's his daughter. He was taking a little girl to school in the DeLorean that he did.
oh, that's Hubbard.
That's
Yeah,
Hubbard.
Chris,
Hubbard.
Hubbard, sorry, I
Yeah.
was on the brain for it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Hubbard. And I just was like, yeah.
And
Anyone that's
just know
got that kind of attention to detail.
You got
Yeah,
it.
right.
That's it, exactly. He totally he doesn't miss
Any-
anything.
Anybody who has ever wondered anything about this particular guitar of Eddie's, you're going to find out
Yeah.
next week.
Yeah, let's.
There are so many versions of a 5150. It is mind-boggling. I mean, Jesus.
Yep.
That guitar, the Frankie went through a lot of morphing. It morphed.
Yeah.
It morphed a lot. But 5150, which one morphed more? 5150?
I think the Frankie morphed more.
Frankie.
Yeah,
Really?
definitely.
Yeah. Just probably because the Frankie had more necks on it. The Frankie
Yeah.
And then it went through different
all the
identifying colored iterations.
Sure.
Yeah. The last thing I want to say about the panel that we've got coming up and everything is they're all genuinely good people too. Everybody that we've got on this panel, like there may be people that disagree and there may be some friendly educational debate, which is fun. I always welcome, conversation about things. It's good for viewing. It's good for learning and research, but I've had interactions with every single person you've mentioned that's going to be on the show, and quality interactions with these people. And they're good people.
Yeah.
They're good guys.
Yes.
I'm excited.
Yeah, and these guys know the history and the facts and the timeline on this guitar in 1983 through 86.
Yeah. And these guys have spent a lot of time. Dave Nesdall spent a lot of time. Rob Johnson has spent a lot of time with Paul Unkert. They've spent time with Paul Unkert. They've driven down to Toms River, New Jersey.
So ultimately, the people who know the most about the 5150, who we know, are going to be here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Dare I say they know more about this guitar than anybody should know. That's how good they are.
That's only if you get them to all agree on one thing.
Oh, well, I don't know if that'll happen, but
I'm excited.
But
me too.
You know what? I was walking by Sam Ash Music Store today, and I looked in the window and I saw two Frankies. These ones, the replica, whatever they call
the
EVH ones, hanging up in there. And it just made me think, it's like, wow, I go, it's cool that Eddie passed away, but, this guitar, which is so associated with him, is hanging in there. And, kids are going to walk in, not even knowing who he is, say, well, look at that guitar. It's pretty wild, that paint. I want one of those. And then maybe they'll find out about him. But to a lot of us, I mean, I became a fan during this era with this because, I'm probably older, a little bit older. And, but the 5150, that was my guitar. That was the one, man, for me. And I think maybe the majority of people would probably tell you that was the guitar. Even more than the Frankie.
I agree.
I know they could never do a proper version because of the headstock with Gibson and all that. But which is a shame. But I really hope there's rumors going around that Gibson and they're going to license it to Fender to do even a $25,000 replica, whatever.
Right.
I just hope they do something like that, because I think it's important, because that to me was maybe the most important guitar of Eddie's career. Listen, a lot of people say the Frankenstein, but Eddie claims he used the 5150 on the 1984 album. So on Panama and stuff like that, Eddie claims he was already and he said in an interview in 2014 that he had already retired the Frankenstein by then. A lot of people argue, but my argument is that, well, when you get a new guitar, do you want to play your old guitar or do you want to play that new one if you like it a lot? And if Eddie got that in April 83 and they recorded Jump, the first song in April 83, don't you think you're in love with the new guitar you're playing, And maybe he was hiding it when like Neil Zlazauer, whatever, showed up at the studio because he didn't want to let it out until the tour, to unveil it.
Right.
On the tour. So, maybe that's why you didn't see it laying around the studio or something like that. That's just my point of view. And when I get a new guitar, I just want to play. Oh, I like this. This is great. It's fun to play. I want to play this.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Not that I don't like my other guitars. I just,
Of course.
Oh, yeah.
There's always something new.
I got it.
So, and we, but then the other argument is like, well, Eddie always told, he doesn't remember things right and stuff like that. But, I think he knew. He's like,
I think a little of that, John, is true, and I think we're going to be talking a little bit about that next week too.
Yeah. So I can't wait. It's going to be a great show. I think that's going to run long, that show probably.
Yeah. Yeah.
So.
Oh yeah. These guys know this guitar and the history.
Yeah.
And the timelines and every detail about
cover it all. Every inch of that guitar. Let's cover it all,
Yeah.
From the originally, what were they, number 10s or something on here? And then they changed them to number 8s, right? It's like there's all kinds of stuff like that. This show should be a primer for anybody that wants to build one, so that they know, okay.
Yeah.
It was originally a 10.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with
these, the 10. And these guys will know the date that they changed it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So, you guys know these colors of paint. Obviously, that guitar is not the same color paint as other red, white, and black guitars that you paint. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, not even all the Kramers were the same color paint. That's one of the cool things too. Like if you lined up all of his auction guitars, his giveaway guitars, the Hot for Teacher, like go down the list of all those. There's very few that are. I think the 5150 and the 84 and the Neptune were probably the only 3 that were painted that. Well, and we'll get into this, but that kind of orange tint, that Chevy orange red.
That's a great point. You're right. But and even so, like the Hot for Teacher, that to me looks like an Unkert guitar because of the style of the striping. It's like it looks more like the double neck. You know what I mean?
Yes.
It's like you could tell like Felice had a certain style, and so
agreed.
And George Felice, I mean, I've spoke to him on Facebook there, and he thinks everybody's crazy that you guys are all nuts.
I know.
You guys are all nuts. You know what I mean? So. But but and I think these guys, he'd probably be like, "Oh, real? Wow! I mean, I was there, and I don't even remember that." You know what I mean? It's like,
I've talked to George. I've talked to George, and he kind of has. He's like, "Why do you guys obsess about this stuff?"
Yeah,
he said, "We use whatever paint was on the shelf. I didn't think about
whatever was laying around." Yeah, exactly. Yeah. But I mean, I'm gonna look around. I think I had a picture somewhere. Those guys probably have it. Rob and those guys may have it. Like. Of the manila folder that they use for the black stripes and stuff like that. I'd like to, we can try to get them to Tony and he can put them up there in the show, like photos like that,
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So.
Oh yeah, Rob and Dave Nesdall and those guys. Actually, all the guys you mentioned on the panel, they can go easily 15, 20 minutes talking about the black overspray. And like where it stopped on the sides and when it curved around, and like it's fascinating to listen to this stuff.
Yeah, exactly.
So I don't want to keep on. I'm sure it'll be talked.
Right.
So you're saying that it was relicked later. How later?
Oh, I think during after the 84 tour.
Tours.
Yeah, 84
after the whole tour.
Yeah. I mean, we'll see what those guys think, but I think that
between 84 and 85, that guitar went through a beating.
Yeah.
80,
I mean,
80,
those pictures in Europe at the tail end of it, you could see the wear. So that's why I say it looked like that. Like damn, this thing looks like it's been played for 10 years.
Yeah. Well, there's to answer specifically to what you're saying. I mean, the fact just because it was on tour and it was played every single night. I mean, Eddie probably never put that guitar down during the day. I mean, there's a realistic chance that guitar was in his hands 10 hours a day for 2 straight years, or longer, but up to that point, I guarantee you, he just never put it down. I think the reason that the reason people debate this and kind of lead to assumption about the relicking possibly being artificial is because while there was the back plate on the 84 tour, that protected the buckle rash area because there was wood, and then there was the plexiglass plate that he used for the tour to do his tapping. That protected the back buckle rash. And then all of a sudden, 6 to 9 months later, they launch a new tour and it's completely gutted, all wood in the back. And so I think that leads people to speculate that, and this is a great conversation to come up next week. This is a really good conversation. That will be fun. But there's a lot of valid arguments to be made that there's no way that happened naturally.
Right. Exactly.
So,
another thing I noticed, and we'll get into this, I'm sure we will. Mm-hmm. The neck, when you look at his fretboard, did they put a light laminate on it? And is that what the flaking off is? Because what it looks like to me, this is what it looks like to me. Everywhere that it is not flaked off is light.
Yes.
And everywhere that there's natural wood is just as dark and nasty, beautiful as it needs to be.
That's because that neck came from that neck had lacquer all over it.
Yes, it did.
Like, that was
so it was like a fully lacquered neck.
Yeah,
Okay.
a fully lacquered one, right? So then he apparently Ed took a razor blade on it and would just scratch it off, and those spots that he missed stayed that way, and then the grimy spots are where it was. That's
natural wood.
Okay.
That's the
that's how you get that kind of contrast.
Yeah.
So when you look at it, you say, "My God, how could a relic? Why didn't it maybe go more even? Why is it so?"
Yes, that's why I think it was a razor blade. But those guys will tell us, because I'm even confused about the timeline of that. Is that neck is that an ESP neck that was converted, or was it or was it just a beak neck Kramer? I mean, I don't know. Those guys will know all that stuff. So it's gonna be great.
Yeah.
Wow.
Learn something new every week. Every week.
When I look at 5150, I look at what I think of when I see a 5150 is I think of the final resolution of the evolution of the Frankie in a finished form.
I agree, Charles.
That's where I go,
And because that guitar, a lot of people say, "Oh, the pickup was changed at least once in that guitar." I don't think it was. If you look at the pictures on there, I really do believe that it was a JB, a Duncan JB. I really believe that's what it was. Eddie, I think that was one of the stories where Eddie would just try to throw people off. It was custom wounder, but I know Seymour Duncan said it was a JB. Mm-hmm. Larry DiMarzio said it was a JB. I swear that I read Eddie say in one sentence somewhere in an article. Someday I will find it, because I know I bought a JB because of that back in the day.
Are you saying that DiMarzio actually said that it was a JB? Well, I mean, if he wanted to give himself any endorsement on the, on the question of what it was, he might have said, "I don't know. I think it was,
Exactly.
What's the 5 guys next week?
Mine.
Yeah. So what they say, but I just
think a DiMarzio. I always thought it was a DiMarzio back in the day. I didn't know it was
Larry when they were doing the Ernie Ball guitar, the pickups for it. He got to look at the guitar and examine it and the pickup and everything like that, because they were going to try to, and he wanted that duplicated because of the broken coil in it or whatever.
What's the popular opinion on that, John, and what are people saying that needs to be solved here?
A lot of people think it may be a custom, a Seymour Duncan custom, or a lot of people think it's a 59. It's like, but I don't know. I just think I think it was a 59. I I remember Eddie mentioned, I swear in passing somewhere, it was like one sentence, just as a matter of fact kind of thing. They asked him about the pickup. He was like, yeah, it's just an old JB or something. JB or something.
That's what I've always heard.
Yeah.
I don't think a 59's hot or
No,
high enough
59's got a lower output and is warmer.
And then I tried, Jim DeCola, who designed the Wolfgang. That's his baby, that guitar. He designed that guitar, the shape of that guitar, everything about that guitar. He designed. That was him. And then he presented, a miniature version to Eddie for Wolfgang to try to get Eddie to like it. And Eddie loved it. He's like, "Oh, this is great. Can you make a bigger one of that?" And he's like, "Yeah." And that's how basically he got it, happening. But Eddie gave Jim the pickup out of it. And this is after obviously the Ernie Ball and Larry DiMarzio and all those guys. And he gave it to him and he just said, "I want you to figure out what's wrong with, what I did to this pickup. I guess that, the high E string would get caught on the lip of the pickup.
Uh-huh.
That's why he would put tape and stuff around it or whatever."
Yeah.
And so he said, figure out what it is and try to duplicate it. So Jim told me he figured it out very quickly and he duplicated it very quickly. And he showed it to Eddie and said, "Here's exactly what you did like that." But apparently Eddie really wasn't interested in that anymore. Maybe the new Wolfgang pickups for the guitar that they'd given him, he was just into those.
Mm-hmm.
So he's like, "Yeah, you know what? I'm not going to do anything with it. You can keep it." So Jim has the pickup, you know what I mean?
Wow.
And I couldn't even get out of him what it was. He won't even tell you even as much as that it's a JB. He's like, "I'm not done." I go, "Jim, that guitar is like your 401k plan." Right.
Pickup.
And he goes, "Yeah, you know what? You're right." He said to me, "Yeah, you're right." So, but he won't give any information about it at all. But, but that's something we'll argue about. The wood is something we'll argue about in guitar. So, but anyway,
looking forward to next week.
Yeah, it'll be great. It'll be good.
Yeah. I was gonna run trivia before we unbox some stuff. I want to unbox some stuff.
You've been sitting on yours longer than I've been sitting on mine. And
well, why don't you?
Simon Hosford sent me a CD, a complete CD of a show he did. It is a benefit. It was in Australia. And on a show a couple of weeks ago, he was gracious enough to offer to send me the full show. And that lovely individual has, I don't know if he signed it.
Right on.
And Simon Hosford, you are absolutely a class act. I love you. And I cannot wait to listen to this. This is
show us what you got.
This is some of the best flipping music, some of the most accomplished music I have ever heard. And I say that with no restraint at all. I don't know if you can read that or not, you guys.
Yep.
I love Simon.
Right on.
He is a guitar player's guitar player.
Yeah.
On another level. You check his stuff out.
Yeah.
Absolutely mind-blowing. And I thank you, Simon. Thank you. Absolutely from the bottom of my heart, right?
Yeah. And Simon's show is now May 19th, right, guys?
Yes.
May 19th, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, which is May 18th here for us.
Right.
Yep. Exactly.
Yeah,
It was moved 1 month ahead, I believe.
Yeah.
Almost to the day.
So those of you who did not know that date has been moved as of a week ago to May the 19th. You'll see the card, if you have not already, on that. It'll be May 18th here in the States. But, yeah, that's cool, Charles.
Yeah,
that's really
cool, man. Thank you, Simon. Very cool.
Right on, dude.
So, Tony, show us what you got, brother.
All right.
I know you got something.
I got
Is it a new thong?
He threw the old one away last night.
Yeah, you need a new thong.
All right. Oh, thank you. All right. So this is courtesy of
Fredericks of Hollywood.
Our friend.
Watch your underwear.
I'm trying to open this box. I'm not I'm not scratching. I'm actually opening. Really. Ah,
Oh man.
no, I'm trying to tear this out.
This
Out of
moment
tool.
should be a GIF right now.
So you guys saw a couple of, if I can reach it, a couple of weeks ago. I got this. Okay.
Very cool.
Yes.
Very cool.
And this book is huge. And you saw that a couple of weeks ago. I'm gonna put that right there. But our friend Paulie Walnuts, and thank you so much, bro,
Rock Polly.
for this book. I didn't know that there were options for hardcovers for the book. I mean, you got to use two hands to carry this book, you know.
I got a hardcover looking at that book.
That's what she said.
But so that lo and behold, they make cover options for your copy of this, and I never knew this, but Paulie Walnuts knows this. And let's see here. All right. Okay. I have got a little package and a note. Let's open that first.
Hey, Jeff T in the chat. It's good to see you, Jeff.
Says, hey, Tony, just wanted to say you rock. Hope you enjoy this Paulie Walnuts. So I'm opening this littler package. I'm not sure what it is.
You said little package.
No, I got this huge box and a little package on the... Oh, no, dude. Oh, fuck, dude. I am speechless right now. Dude, I am tripped.
Excellent.
My cap is about, my headphones may slide off the back of my goodness. Dude, Paulie, brother, dude, man.
Oh, no way.
Dude.
Oh, dude.
Way.
No way.
Get
Yeah,
out of here.
way. That's so cool. Out of the park, Paulie.
No, he did
Out of the
not.
park, brother.
Oh,
here
Paulie.
we go.
This is our favorite unboxing right here. Watch this. This is so
Justin
cool.
Bieber, right? Justin Bieber. Justin
Yes,
Bieber.
yes,
right
yes,
here.
yes. The Biebs. The Biebs.
All right, here we go.
Oh, look at that.
Oh my
Nice.
God.
That
Dude.
is so awesome, dude.
Paulie, you sick bastard.
Oh, I want one of those now.
That's over the top, bro.
I'm
Dude,
gonna
that's
start,
sick.
Start Googling.
Yeah.
That's even cooler than the one in the top corner.
Paulie, brother,
I'm going on Etsy.
thank you, dude. Thank you
I know,
so
right?
Right, Tom.
Damn, man, you rock.
Dude, that is amazing.
Isn't that killer?
That's
Thank
awesome.
you, brother. Thank you,
Paulie, class act, bro.
You, man,
Class act.
damn, man.
That's awesome.
You rock, brother. Dude. And I haven't even gotten to the unboxing yet. Man, dude, thank you so much, Paulie. Dude, you rock.
Very cool.
Man.
All right, shall we?
Yeah.
Let's a box in a box, I guess.
You know, we got some cool ass people that we've made friends with through the show. You know,
I
in the
agree.
chats, I've a lot of people that join us on the show. A lot of people that join us in the chats all the time. I've had phone conversations with a lot of these people, like Paulie, and there's some cool ass people that I'm friends with now because of this show.
Yeah, dude.
Absolutely.
All right. So all right. I got another box I have to navigate here.
A big package.
Yeah, dude. I got to unzip it.
Hey, so Jeff T in the chat just mentioned about the lighter. So if you love Van Halen and you're a pyromaniac,
Nice.
which begs me to the next question. I think I might want a Def Leppard lighter.
There you go.
That would make sense. That would make a lot of sense.
All right.
Jeff T, that's good.
All right. All right, I'm into the second box. And guess what? It's a third box.
Uh-oh.
This is more exciting than the slap chop.
I mean, all right, I think I've got it. Ooh, I got it. I got it. All right.
This is like the Russian doll Christmas
Dude,
present thing.
Check this
Yeah,
out.
Russian nesting dolls.
Yes. Box after box after box.
Well,
We had those in our house when I was a kid, and I used to always just want to take them apart. But they were supposed to be for decoration. My mother was not too happy about it. But...
I always thought eventually you would get down to just a Weeble. Remember Weebles?
Yeah, I know.
They don't fall down.
when you get down to the smallest one, it usually does almost look like a weevil.
Yeah, it does. That's what I thought too.
all right. I think I've got it. Man, this thing is in there.
Holly Lewis just pointed out this is the unboxing.
Nice.
Okay. All right. So we go from this cover
Nice. That's
that
Ross's
came
book.
on it, yeah, to this.
Nice.
So,
Oh, dude.
okay. Oh my God, is that a case for the book?
Yeah.
Oh my
that's
God,
wonderful.
Cool. Very cool.
Wow, that's
It's
awesome.
going to protect it big
Yeah.
time.
Yeah.
Nice.
So,
it's gonna protect it from some of the pages sticking together.
man, I can't even lift this thing hardly. It's so heavy with one hand. And now it's going to be really heavy.
Like a glove.
Dude, that is awesome.
There it is, dude.
Now that's freaking cool.
That's
that is
a
really cool.
Thank you,
very,
Paulie.
very nice gift,
Right
Paulie.
on,
That's
dude.
really cool. Super cool.
Yeah, so,
That's nice.
Nice.
yeah.
The problem with that is it's going to make you want 2 copies of the book, though. That one, you're not, you want to keep one in the case the whole time and one you can read.
Yeah.
You're
Yeah.
right.
No, it is
That is
very heavy.
Nice.
It's a very heavy
Nice.
book. Yeah,
That's a
Paulie,
pretty
dude,
damn good
thank
unboxing,
you, bro.
man. That's pretty good.
You rock,
Wow.
dude. Yeah, so these options, there's a couple different hardcover options. I never knew, you know. So yeah, dude. Cheers. Thanks to you,
Sweet.
bro.
Cool.
Yeah.
And people in the chat, feel free to send your thongs to Fruitcake Tony.
Yeah.
Yep, he'll unbox them every week and model them.
Will. You know, hang them inside the bus too. Yeah. All right. So, who wants a fair warning pass?
Yes.
Good luck, guys.
Yeah.
Oh, we have a Jerry. Is that Lika or Leica in the chat?
Like a.
Leica. Very cool. Nice to meet you, Jerry.
Welcome, Jerry.
Hey, Jerry Leica.
So
Yes.
you kids, you can peel this off, and it'll go anywhere, on your clothes, on body parts. Yeah.
Ooh.
Hey, I'm
no,
gonna
of
grab a
course you're
drink
not
real
gonna
quick. I'll
peel
be
it.
right back.
All right, so this Van Halen question, dude.
How cool is that? How freaking
Dude.
cool is that, man?
Ollie. I know.
You're gonna need to start smoking cigars.
I know, right? So, this question, dudes and dudettes, is a question that we probably all know, or as Van Halen fans all should know, the answer to this. So it's kind of like quick draw
All right.
trivia.
I like that.
So, but you know the answer, but you know you have to answer quickly. You know. So, I was going to say you only get one guess, but, you know, you only really get one good guess, because if you don't get it right, somebody else got it right behind you.
Yep.
So it's kind of quick draw McGraw Van Halen trivia tonight.
Yep.
Around her. Yeah. All right.
Don't
so
drop the soap, guys, because somebody's coming behind you.
we are. If you are the winner in our Van Halen trivia tonight, there's an email address down below. Trivia winner's email. Hit me up your name and address. I'll mail you out that fair warning pass tomorrow. So good luck. Yeah. So I had another question prepared, but it may not be appropriate for all audiences, I'll say. So, you know.
I was shocked, chat.
But no, this one is, I've had this one in the holster a while, so you guys get ready to type, because you know the answer, but you have to be exact, and it's going to be a one-shot thing for a fair warning pass tonight, April 6, 2022. Good luck. Get ready to type.
I hope it's not spell Coach Krzyzewski.
K, that's all
I
I need to know.
know, I know there's a K.
And K, by the way, since somebody mentioned it earlier, K does stand for Kansas too.
Ooh.
Ooh.
That doesn't surprise me. You'd go there.
So, no, we have a fun relationship with the mighty Tar Heels of the University of North Carolina. Of course we do. We love them, and they love us back. All right, here we go. Van Halen trivia that you already know. You just have to. All right, quick draw, and it's coming at you now. So, guys here, help me watch the chat, because the answers are coming. All right.
All right.
Good luck.
Quickly.
Let's see who's in the chat first. I'm watching.
In what year did Eddie and Alex switch instruments? Quickly.
Wow, that's not as obvious as I thought. I know their ages, so now I have to do the math from their birth dates.
I know it.
I would have to add
No
from
hints
I know
to
the
the
years
kiddies.
they were born. Huh.
No hints to the kiddies.
It was pre-91, I can tell you that. Oh my God! Look at the answers pouring in right now. Oh my God!
Oh,
Holy God!
There it is.
Ed's got it. Yep.
Hold the phone.
Man, y'all are eating a salad or something. Y'all got both hands occupied.
Nice.
Yeah. Way to go,
Nice.
Ed.
Ed, you
Damn,
rock,
he was quick.
Yeah.
Okay.
Has
I knew-
Ed won here in the
I don't
past,
think so.
Tommy?
I don't think so.
I don't think so either.
Ed used to go by another Ed on his screen name. Is that right? Ed, anyway, congratulations.
Yes,
Thanks for
congrats,
being
Ed. Good for you, brother.
Resend
Nice.
me your stats and I'll mail you out that fair warning pass, dude. Right on.
Very cool. Very
I
cool.
Ed is
knew
awesome.
Eddie was 12. I
Yeah.
had to do the math real quick and think about it.
I did the same thing.
Right. We all know the answer, but we have to say it was the year.
Yep,
wait a
right.
second.
And go back to
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
that's
You really
fun.
only get one crack at it. So, yeah. Good guesses. Yeah.
Oh man,
Right. Oh, his birth year. Okay. Right on.
I hope I didn't give it away by saying it was pre-91.
Nice.
Doesn't narrow the margin. Yeah. No.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah. Righty. Yeah. So I'm still here. I'm still hanging in. Me and that guy right here had no sleep from last night. You know, I got home. I couldn't sleep. You know, so I'll sleep tonight. Yeah.
I will sleep tonight.
Oh yeah, good.
Definitely. No doubt about it.
Yeah. Absolutely. All right, so we'll get this fair warning pass ready to mail out. Let's see. All right.
Hey Tony, I gotta get going, guys.
All right, Tommy.
I gotta go help my son out. That was the third time he came in. That's kind of
Yeah,
like
no problem, bro.
final,
Nice to see
final
you,
warning
dude.
before he just comes right on screen.
Tommy,
Yeah,
you be
no
well. We love
worries.
you, bro. You be
Love
well.
you guys
Tom.
too, man.
See you,
Tommy, good
Tommy.
to see you, brother. Love you,
Have a
man.
good time.
I will be watching you from the chat.
So good to see your face, brother.
It's good to see you guys too, man.
Later, bro.
All right, later.
All right.
Kids, I hate to do the same thing, but we're got a storm coming right now, and I got
Ooh.
to take our dog. I got to take the dogs out before it starts pouring right now. So I'm gonna
Yeah.
have to bounce out as well.
Okay.
The weather's
We're
about
gonna
to
wrap.
turn really ugly.
We're gonna wrap things up. We are. So everybody, thanks for watching. Next week, right here, the Kramer 5150 Guitar Forum, separating fact from fiction, and
Huge panel.
host.
Great.
Absolutely unbelievable show.
Yeah. It's gonna
Yes.
be insane.
Yeah.
Bring your popcorn.
Yeah. Yeah.
See, I can't spec that guitar right now, Neil, because until after, if I spec it before the show, I guarantee you I'm going to want to change something after the show.
That's true.
We'll talk.
That's true.
We will talk.
Yeah, we should. We should. I'll tell you what I know off camera.
Thank you. Thank you.
All right,
Good stuff,
guys.
man.
Yes.
So we will be right back here this coming Wednesday. Have I got? No, let's see. All right. I do not. All right. So
Good night, Holly.
I don't have a card in, but this weekend on Show Me Your Pick Saturday,
Hey!
Winger. And and yeah, so Winger this Saturday, maybe a special guest.
Very
Can't
cool.
say who.
Love Winger.
Yeah, so yeah, And if you hadn't watched last night's live feed from the Ritz in Raleigh, it's up on the channel with me and Charles Green. And all right, so thanks everybody. Neil, thank you, dude. Good to see you, brother.
Guys.
John, we will see you guys next week. Have a great week. Any last words there, Charles?
Yeah, this is Halenville. In Halenville, every single road leads straight to Van Halen, you guys. Listen, you have a great week. Be well. Rock on.